Hello, everyone. My bad. Everything kind of got like pulled aside then. Kind of got derailed on a couple of things. Hello, Sibley. How are we today? So, just as I was about to sit down, I got a notification from a friend of mine in the Pokemon Australia community saying, telling me that one of the bigger keynote members who was behind the PAX
I
Australia
trust
meeting
this will.
was being harassed and being singled out for bullying. So, kind of just taking a moment to share my support on that one. Let me just do something about it. There are several competing noises here. Yeah, I'm like extremely disappointed that this has happened to them. So I got distracted at the end of that like wind up time there. Kind of just like sharing my kind of like trying to voice my support as loudly as I could. Because I'm like, absolutely not. We are not going to. Because it's like the person that was being targeted in particular, um, absolutely love them to bits. Give me a sec. Because they were just such an amazing creator. And they kind of helped like pull it all together and keep everything going. So I'm just going to make sure I get this right. Hello. Sorry about this, guys. I just need to make sure I get this name correct. Calosaurus. Saurus. So we're just gonna shout out Calo because they are a part of Chufty Bear's Chufty League. And so they're part of an amazing thing. I'm developing a really, really good friendship with Chufty. Absolutely loved hanging out with him when he was when he was at PAX. And Calosaurus was actually one of the driving forces behind the PAX meetup. So they organized the booking of the room. They organized for like packs and packs and packs of like Pokemon cards for everybody to open up on camera and do like really cool, neat little pack battles. And they had a whole bunch of events planned. They even had like a playmat signed out, laid out, so that way everybody could like sign off like their who was present, and there was a big group photo and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't. And apparently, she was accused of like quietly harassing somebody by like staring at them. And I'm like, that's really disappointing to hear, and I don't abide by that. Nobody that radiates that much enthusiasm and is running the fucking show is going to be causing that much trouble. But nah, we stand with the pillars of the community because they are never there by accident. Especially in a community as tight as the Pokemon Australia community is, like particularly like the Pokemon Unite community. Yeah, I stand by them. Um, they all seem like amazing, brilliantly enthusiastic people who love what they're doing, and it's kind of exciting that I get to make those communities. So, but no, that's why I wanted to shout out Kelly specifically. Solidarity all the way. We don't abide bullying anywhere, anytime, any place. That is not okay. I will make it not okay. And as is clearly demonstrated to me, I am going into a community and I'm becoming part of a community that shares my feelings on that. Sorry to kick off stream on such an important, serious note, but I kind of wanted to address that one quickly and be as loud as possible as I can, and even just dedicate this small chunk of the stream to that because I feel like that's important. But anyway, let us. So I will need to apologize in advance. I have absolutely been playing this off of stream. That's why I do it. That's why it's there. But anyway, I joined late, so I don't know the full context, but I agree with the bullying statement. I only just learned about it too, and I was only able to briefly skim over briefly skim over the screenshots that were shared on Twitter, but from what I see and what I understand, none of that is okay. And not only that, I trust, once again, I trust the pillars of the community, of that community, and she is absolutely one of them. But honestly, I need to do a little bit more research. But as it stands right now, I absolutely stand with Keller in what they are dealing with, and I will be endeavoring to make sure I fully understand what's going on with that. But anyway, back to the game. This game has been absolutely phenomenal. It is the only thing I've been playing since I started it on Wednesday, because it has just sucks me right the fuck in. It is honestly such a really, really interesting game. Some of the story beats in here are fucking incredible. Like, during the demo, we saw the death of Grius after being introduced to Fabian and Maria. Maria being Grius's child. Maria has like formed a connection with us. Is what gave us access to the healer archetype. So we get to explore Maria's story a little bit more. And Maria's story has so far been about it has been like plot lines of found family. In Fabienne has been in fear of abandonment, is like loss in the eyes of a child, grieving those losses. And it's like, it's honestly such an incredibly powerful story. We also got introduced to a lovely character called Heisme, who is this really cool, like ninja looking batfolk person who was being framed for the abductions of who was being framed for the abductions of children in a local village, only to find out that when we got there and we confronted Heisme, he was actually a grieving parent himself as a result, because his child was beaten to death in a riot and nobody cared because he was considered a lower class species. So, you know, institutionalized racism, which is a very heavy and common theme in this game. And as it turns out, the one that was... Actually, that's going to come up later in the story. So I'm just going to let that part be the other half, who the actual kidnapper was. That is actually going to be coming up very soon in the game. So we get to see that one, and you guys get that revealed to you in real time. So I'm actually not going to share that twist. But oh my god, it is truly like a heartbreaking and very mature story. Oh my gosh. At Beg. Oops. But no, honestly, the writing, just the quality in this game, and like the different nuances of what institutionalized and casual racism looks like, is absolutely phenomenal as a like discussion piece and a lens. And it's like, I would absolutely write... You're right, Aaron will show him soon. Yeah, so let's get into it. My throat is like beyond hoarse, and is actually kind of like a little phlegmy at the moment, so I probably won't be doing much reading out loud. Okay, so this is the village that we're currently in. We have made a few friends. This is the second town. We're a day away from completing the next mission. I intentionally did this on purpose, so that way we could just ease back into the story, you know?
Oh, it's you.
So, with Stroll, Stroll's deal is, it turns out...
Oh, right.
The people that... So back in the demo, it was revealed that he was actually the son of a nobleman from a ruined family. That nobleman's family, that family, as it turns out, a lot of their people actually survived and are living on the streets because of their... I think it's race this time? Or it's just a basic... Or it's like more of a discussion on like the wealth divide and the responsibilities of power. With Stroll has so Stroll trying to plead to the better nature of a nobleman, where everybody was kind of like sleeping in the streets of his domain, and failed because the nobleman was like, "Why is this my responsibility? The poor are poor because it's their fault." And I'm like, "Excuse me, bitch." The poor are poor and are homeless because there is a functional rift in your society, and clearly was not founded on the better ideas, founded on better ideas. But anyway, all of that has kind of led us to an egress point where it turns out he actually has a huge inheritance that we're trying to discover. With that inheritance, we could potentially... He's kind of torn at the moment, Stroll, between trying to immediately take care of his people or to rebuild his house. Because he worries that if he takes his inheritance and tries to rebuild his house, he's no better than the nobleman that turned him away. But if he doesn't... but if he takes care of his people, then he can't promise that he'll be able to do that forever. Because he doesn't have the platform, because he didn't invest in his house. So now he's kind of stuck in this like halfway point of like, what the fuck do I do with this money? So at the moment, we're kind of looking for the money. Oh my gosh. Probably hard to tell now, but this was once the village's main road, full of people crossing every which way.
Truth is,
You used to be able to see the mountains cresting the horizon above the rooftops. It was beautiful. I wish you could have seen it like that. What happened is tragic.
is that right? Yeah.
You gonna go down the rabbit hole? Please do, because I will need... The guy that's calling her out has absolutely no leg to stand on. It's like, yeah, 100%. Afterward, I was shuffled between various relatives. Nothing more than another mouth to feed. Fitting, I suppose, of the burden I'd become. I met Callow. I never got a chance to say hi, because I don't know pronouns, so I'm gonna say they for now. They were so busy. They were always doing something. Back was never... Like, they're back... The day they were engaging with as many people as they can. There was actually like a couple of young kids next to her, next to me in particular, and she sat down and she was actually doing pack battles with these kids, and like it was an absolutely amazing experience. And I'm like, no way, I don't see a mean spirit here, so I'm very surprised. But yeah, but no, while I don't... he's like, your friends were staring at me. It's... yeah. And when asked who exactly was staring, he was like, I don't want to call people out publicly. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, but they were, I promise. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. No, it's targeted, it's... And it's like, I need to take a moment.
Take this.
Because I now have a platform, and I'm now speaking openly about this, I do want to make it clear that I have only just become a part of this community. So it's like, I'm developing a really good friendship with Chufty Bear. I have another friend in Willy Boy, who I've been friends with for years, and I can... And while I don't know Cal's character, I can trust the friends of my friends, because I trust the moral fiber and standard that I keep for my friends. So it's like, while I don't know too much about Cal, I know the people surrounding her. Them, apologies, once again, don't know pronouns, should not be assuming, gotta stop that habit. Surrounding them, and because I know who surrounds them, I can trust Cal a lot more than those people, and that's as far as it gets. When surrounding myself with people, I look at the people that they surround... The people I surround myself with, I'm always looking at who they surround themselves with. And that really does help me inform who I do and do not trust. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
As content creator being toxic, yeah. But no, that's so disappointing. I feel really sorry for Kel.
And
Well then.
but
And the sheer fact that I don't recognize the person that's complaining and their name kind of like paints, yeah, exactly.
sorry.
My father names me the sole heir of their estate. You even addressed a letter to my beloved son Leon. Oh yeah, I set that order. But as it stands now, the inheritance has but one purpose: to repay the debts owed to my parents and my people. So if they would see our house
Oh,
rebuilt,
definitely.
I'll be whatever they want me to be, a noble of prominence or otherwise. Oh, and that's another thing too with Stroll's character. He doesn't actually know if he wants to be a noble. Because he's like, honestly, I enjoy the free life. Like, if I go into nobility, I have to curry favor, and it's like, if I have a daughter, she's gonna be promised somebody's hand at birth. And if I have a son, he's gonna have to live my life. This is not a legacy that I don't know if I'm entirely happy to pass down to my children. So it's like, he's in a really interesting space as, I'm gonna call it upper crust struggles. Because as far as personal satisfaction go, these are real issues that somebody in the higher levels has to deal with. Just all of the social pressure, all of that interpersonal and like inner struggle, all of it. Like, oh my gosh.
I must use my
Man,
ability
I
for
dragged that out much more than I should have. When in reserve, the amount of experience Strogan's increases in reserve. But first things first. I'm sure he entrusted inheritance to somebody in the capital, but I have no clue who that might be. Oh, have you never seen the Bond screen?
Hold on.
It's kind of like the mana flow between them.
Aha.
Because if you pay attention to the protagonist, every so often we get currency from like choosing the correct interaction steps, and they'll actually have like energy fire
This
up.
one's important.
Have down his inheritance. You called his friend, frequented the fishmonger near the Grand Cathedral in Grand Trad. I should start there.
All
Okay.
right.
But first, I have one more thing I'd like to look into. I think we're at a good stopping point for today besides.
Let's head back.
Oh. Incoming ad break in 3 minutes. I'm like, holy shit, 3 minutes of fucking ads? Bullshit. I had a whole moment. I had so much fear just run through me in a heartbeat. I'm like, I didn't configure that. The only thing I configured was I disabled follower only
It's
mode.
time.
We're finally leaving this place tomorrow. 30 minutes? Wait, that's his minuets. My bad. I thought it was like 3 minutes.